A very good morning, students. Today we are starting Internet Ethics and Safeguard. So, in almost every aspect of life, we are using Internet. Internet is a network of network. Throughout, it is spread throughout the world. All the computers are connected to each other through this Internet. So, while sharing the data over Internet, which rules to be followed? That is Internet ethics. And while using internet, which safety precautions we have to keep in our mind, that is safeguard. So now first topic is protecting yourself from potential threats on web, because nowadays all in almost every aspect of life we are using internet. It can be e-shopping, it can be e-banking, especially in e-shopping or e-banking where the confidential information has to be exchanged or has to be put on the internet. That time we have to be very careful while using the websites, while updating the information. That is also applicable in social media also. So now protecting yourself means understanding and preventing a number of security and privacy problems while using internet. It is important when we want to send personal information like bank details, credit card numbers over the internet. Now if we don't take measures to protect the data from potential threats in the cyber world, we and our computer could become the target of cyber crime. What are cyber crimes? The crimes which happen through internet or computer, mobile, those are called cyber crimes. Cyber crimes are those instances when a person illegally accesses your computer for malicious reasons. Below is a list of different types of threats. First threat is spyware. What is this spyware? Spyware is the software that is installed on our computer without our knowledge or consent, and it can steal the data. It can spy on our computer. It can act as a spy on our computer. It can be downloaded from website, email messages, instant messages, or direct file sharing connections. So it can also enter in our computer while installing any software through internet or any other resource. Which program? This program secretly gathers data from our computer, steals our passwords, display advertisements, and takes control of the web browser. Because we are using some of the browser, that can be Internet Explorer, that can be Google Chrome. While surfing on internet, we have to be very particular while opening any of the website, while opening any of the email message. Which precautions we can take to avoid this spyware? Use an internet security program to protect computer from spyware and other security risks, because antivirus cannot detect this spyware. So special programs are there to take the precaution from this spyware. Those are internet security programs. We have to install those programs on our computer. Install a personal firewall. Firewall is just like a wall that acts like a wall between our computer and the outsider data. If we are accessing any website, firstly it will be checked if we have installed firewall on our computer. Only the valid data will enter on our computer through this firewall. Do not accept or open any doubtful error dialogues from within the browser, because sometimes while browsing over internet we can get some irrelevant messages or any advertisements like that. So if you are clicking on that, the spyware can get installed on our computer. Do not accept free deals, because spyware may come as a part of free deal offer. Sometimes we can see on our monitor or on our mobile some special offers or some free deals are there. So do not click on those deals, because they can contain some spyware. Always carefully read the end user license agreement at installation time and cancel if other programs are being installed as a part of the desired program. because while installing some program on our computer through internet, we can see sometimes we get another program also get installed automatically. We are not installing, but they got installed automatically while installing some another program. So if you see something like that, do not install that program also which you want to install, and try to use some registered websites for installing any software. Pop-up ads. Sometimes while using internet you can see some advertisements that can disturb your web browsing by appearing in separate browser window. They came again and again. Pop-ups are irritating and may also be dangerous because clicking item on the pop-up window can cause spyware or viruses to be installed on your computer. So be very careful while you are seeing some advertisement. Do not click on that advertisement. So for avoiding these advertisements, we have to use some pop-up blocker to block pop-up ads in the browser. Next topic is spam. Spam are emails, but these emails are unwanted emails. These are also known as junk mail. It involves sending unwanted messages by a spammer to a large number of recipients. It can be used to deliver emails that contain viruses and targeted attacks aimed at obtaining sensitive personal identification information, because the if while clicking on these email, when these email will get opened, they can steal our sensitive information. Also, some spam may include hidden text that becomes visible only if you highlight the content. It is a common trick that spammers use to get their email to pass through spam filters without detection. So to avoid these spam, we have to which precautions we are taking to avoid these spams? We have to use email filtering. Some special software are like those. And do not click link in spam or reply to spam for any reason. You can see a spam folder is separately created in your email account. In spam folder you can see so many mails are there. Do not open those mails. Never open those mails. If you suspect an email is spam, do not respond, just delete it. It's not that all the spams are coming in spam folder only, they can come in your inbox. So be extra careful while reading any email that is from unknown resources. Keep your security software up to date. The next topic is phishing. Phishing is a scam in which you will receive an official or legitimate looking email message that attempts to obtain your personal and or financial information. Financial information like your bank account, your credit card number, and your passwords and all this private information. So phishing scams can be executed via email messages, websites, and even on the phone. So which precautions we can take for avoid this phishing? If you receive an email message from someone requesting you to verify online account or financial information, do not reply with this information. Sometimes you can get this type of messages even on your mobile also. So do not never reply those type of messages. Either they are SMS or they are email messages. If you receive a phone call from someone claiming to be from a legitimate company or bank, record caller name and the time of the call, do not disclose personal or financial information to the caller. Every time you can see in news also and TV also, newspapers also, do not disclose your personal information, never share your OTP and all these. Even on caller tune you see such type of messages. Never click on links in email message even if you know the sender. Sometimes some emails you can see some links, so never click on those links. They can contain some phishing type of activities. While visiting a bank's website that will require you to enter confidential information, be sure to type the web address correctly, because sometimes similar names can be there and they can steal your information. Typing it incorrectly may take you to phishing website where the information you enter can be collected by an unknown party. As I told you, some similar names can be there and your information can be misused. Enable phishing filter in your browser that can warn or block you from suspicious websites. Next topic is virus. So all of you are knowing this virus word. Virus is vital information resource underseas. These are unwanted program on our computer. These programs or these viruses can damage our data. They can slow down our computer. They can hang our computer. They can get hang our computer. Once a virus is in our computer, our files and operating system may be damaged. Viruses usually enter into the computer while exchanging the information. That can be through any pen drive, that can be through internet, while you are opening any attachment on email. So through all these resources, virus can come on your computer. So which precautions we can take to avoid these viruses on our computer? Open only those email attachments that come from trusted sources and are expected. Delete all unwanted emails without opening. Do not click on web links sent by someone you do not know. Install an antivirus program and keep it updated. Scan on files with an antivirus program before transferring them to your system. Like if you are using pen drive on your computer, so before copying any file on your computer, you have to scan those files. And it's not that for a virus you are using antivirus and that's it. You have to keep that antivirus up to date also, because every day new viruses are coming, and while you are updating those antivirus, you are getting the patch for those new viruses. The next topic is keyloggers. So keystroke logging or keyloggers is a type of software that gets installed very easily and often found on public computers. Sometimes you can see on cyber cafe or publicly you are using the computer there, that is very easily available. It records keystrokes you make to enter the data in the computer in a hidden file. Like if you are entering your bank details and the keys you are pressing, all those keys will be stored in a separate file, in a hidden file. So which precautions you can take for these keyloggers? Avoid checking your email or performing banking activities, especially on public computers. These computers may be running keyloggers which record keystrokes in a hidden file and other tracking software. So if you use a public computer for critical activities, be certain to sign out of any password protected website and to clear the browser history. Because every time in browser history, the websites we are visiting, those are stored. So if you are using uh, any public computer, every time while going, before going, you have to clear all those passwords and clear the history. The next topic is save password. Sometimes we do this thing while logging on our computer or any of the website. It will ask for save password. If you are clicking on the save password, that means your password will be saved on your computer and it will not prompt every time you to enter the password. So but it is very harmful, because anyone who use your computer can also access your account from the site. So what precautions we can take to avoid this? Always click on no when your browser prompts to remember the password. Next topic is cookies. Cookies are small text files that a browser stores on your computer to keep track of websites. While you are opening any of the website, some of the information of that website is stored in these cookies. So cookie files typically contain data about you, such as your username, postal code, or viewing preferences. Websites use cookies for a variety of purposes. Some websites use cookie to store username, password, so that user do not need to enter this information every time they sign into the website. Online shopping sites generally use cookies to keep track of items in a user's shopping cart, because they can keep track of the shopping history. Other websites use cookies to track how often users visit a website. So, like once a week, twice a week, or thrice a week, or whatever. So, which precautions we can take for these cookies? Some websites sell or trade information stored on your cookies to advertisers. If you do not want personal information disturbed, you should limit the amount of information you provide to a website or adjust how your browser handles cookies. because some cookie settings are there. You can clear them. Clear or disable cookies in your browser. Most modern browsers allow users to decide whether to accept cookies and the time frame to keep them. Like every week you want to delete them, after every week or after 15 days or 10 days, whatever. However, rejecting cookies makes some websites unreadable because some websites require these cookies. So it may happen while you are disabling these cookies, you cannot open those websites. So better read all these topics from your book. Next topic we'll do in next class. Till then, go through your book, read this chapter. Take care.